getting mad at the little things kept me from enjoying life for a long time. I'm 23 right now. Up until I was probably 20 or 21, I was getting mad. I had everything to get mad about and everything to be annoyed over and everything to take the joy from in every situation. I could never fully enjoy anything because any situation I would find something to focus on. Instead of just having fun and being in the moment, I would have something. Maybe it was what my brother was doing, and I always had to just get mad at him. Maybe it was that somebody didn't get my food order right and mixed up some small detail. Maybe somebody told me I had to do something, and you know, any situation with somebody else was just wearing something that I thought was annoying or didn't look good. I would focus on that instead of whatever it was I was doing. For example, one time I'm going with my family and my friend's family to on a boat and just gonna enjoy the nice water and inner tube and do all that fun stuff. And we're getting on the boat and everybody's getting their food and I asked for a bagel with cream cheese and it gets to my turn to get my food and it's a thin bagel instead of a normal bagel. And this was the biggest deal in the world for me. I freaked out. I threw the bagel, threw the bagel. I'm not eating this. I'm not eating this. I want a fluffy bagel. And in doing so, and in that little inconvenience that I let get to me, I couldn't enjoy the boat ride. I didn't want an inner tube. I didn't want to talk to my friend. I didn't want to hang out with them. Everybody would be sitting in one part of the boat, and then I'd be the other one, the only one in another part. In every situation, every instance was like this my whole life because I was always irritated about something. Instead of just controlling what I can control, I always had something to say. Another example, my brother, I'm the older brother. I'm about a year and a half older than him. And so I would kind of like to act controlling and, didn't want him doing certain things, of course. But some of the stuff was legit. Didn't want him doing anything bad. But some of the stuff was just nonsense. Like, if he got a similar shoe to me, instead of just enjoying the shoe, I would get mad because he got something so similar. Or, I was at my friend's house and he was there one time and we were dancing. We were all just dancing, had music playing, and I forget what he did, but something. And instead of just keep dancing and enjoying the moment, I push him, and he hits like the corner of this door, basically, of this wall. And it could have ended much worse than it did. He was hurt. It was pushed him right into this corner, which is just obviously just a terrible thing to do. And it was for some small reason that he was dancing a certain way that I thought was cringe or something. The kids say cringe. Maybe he thought it was that or thought it was, who knows? Who knows? So, always just had something to get me out of the zone. Always had something to get me out of the zone. And then I wasn't even aware of it. I was just going through life. Every situation was okay, but never there was always something to say about every situation, something negative and so once I finally realized that you don't have to let these things affect you. If my brother does something that I didn't like, I just don't. Even if I see it, you can change how you respond. So my immediate impulse for 20 years, 21 years, my automatic response was to get mad immediately. If he does something I don't like, if, I see something I don't like, if anything goes wrong, my automatic response was to get mad right away. I don't even think about the situation. I just get mad and start complaining and blaming others. And, that was my immediate response. And then finally, something clicked, and I realized that you can choose how you respond. If you don't like something, that doesn't mean you have to respond. And why don't you like it? Maybe evaluate that. Why did I not like my brother doing certain things? Maybe if he was dancing a certain way, maybe he had the moves or something that I didn't have. Maybe I couldn't hit that little 1-2 or something. I don't know. You got to understand why you don't like something in the first place. Maybe it's just an insecurity, or you're not good at something. So when you see somebody else do it, or speak a certain way, or dress a certain way, maybe you just don't think you could pull it off or something. So evaluate what's getting you mad in the first place. But then when I understood that, I started evaluating why I was getting mad in the first place, and then I understood that I choose how I react. I don't have to get mad as soon as somebody does something. I shouldn't get mad at all, regardless what happens. I control what I can control, and what happens outside of my control, no reason to even give it any thought, energy, whatever. And this was a huge turning point, huge, because imagine how hard it is to go through life every day just wasting all this energy, getting mad and in any situation, and always searching out the negatives. So this was insane for me. This was now what is there to get mad about? There's never really anything to get mad about. If you can control something, and if something's in your control and you can do something about it, then you just do it. And if not, then you don't worry about it. There's no reason to be mad or, looking for the negatives. Looking for negatives, there's no pros in that. Unless you're, unless you're learning from it. You could look for negatives in, people and places and things to learn what not to do and what not to be. But other than that, just always looking for negatives, like judging other people, and if you're out at a gathering or a party or whatever, and if you're the guy, like at times I was the guy in the corner of a party, or just at a party judging others, like me not having fun and judging the people having fun. That's just terrible. Judging other people for having fun, which you want to have fun, but since you're not, then you judge other people. That, I've fallen victim to that in the past, before I realized that you can control how you react to situations, what you think about, how that makes you feel, what it means to you. Because in the past, it just meant so much. If my brother, for example, did something that I didn't like, it meant a lot for whatever reason. But then once I realized this concept that you can choose how you react to situations, then I understood I didn't need to place as much importance on it. If he does something I don't like, who cares? It's not me. It's a different person doing something. Like I don't have to react if I don't choose to. And this goes for every situation. So this was a huge, turning point for my life. Huge turning point. Because I could finally enjoy things without caring about the negatives. It's not like negatives are in every situation. People doing things you don't like, it might be in every situation, but if you don't let it affect you, it no longer exists. So that's what I do. I just don't let really much affect me now. Not much at all. And there, negativity doesn't really have to exist if you don't let it. And so once I got that through my head, everything changed for me. And the same will happen to you. The same will happen to you if you understand that a situation, you don't have to respond and you don't have to react. And if you choose to just not let it affect you, it doesn't exist. Come on now.